can't hear myself, so.
Go ahead. You're live.
Okay, welcome to the sports arena, and we are just underway right now between the Misfits and Dazed and Confused. This is postseason semifinal action between the Misfits and Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused being the undefeated juggernaut so far, but the scrappy Misfits, led by Anthony Novello, are not backing down in the least. That's why you have to play the game. So, just drop the puck. Far boards. Battle forward in the corner. Misfits in orange. Dazed, and there's a shot. Right, Misfits goal. Quick turnaround shot goes wide to the near boards. Coming back out, nice defensive play by the Misfits. Dazed and Confused keep it in. To the right of the Misfits goalie. Shot on goal, and it is stopped by the Misfits goalie, LePage. 13:52 in the first period. We have just gotten things underway here, as Gary is doing about 15 different things at once to get us on the air. So thank you very much. The real MVP is Mr. American Rhino Mac.
I am happy to be of service. I'm probably distorting wildly. I'm very happy to be of service, James, of course, and I'm very happy.
Oh, and there's a goal. So just like that, Dazed and Confused on the board. I believe that was number 22 with the goal. Pharrell.
I think they're gonna have to take your word for it, James, since I wasn't on the camera, and I apologize for that.
That's okay. It's play-by-play is for that reason. So 13:09 remaining in the first period, and
it's radio, theater of the mind.
There you go. So now, again, they are deep in the Misfits zone, Dazed and Confused. Mind you, the undefeated juggernaut in this league. Getting a little buzzing there, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Board all the way into the DNC zone. And just so you know out there, Dazed and Confused, if I need to refer to them as DNC, please forgive me for the sake of play-by-play. And the puck goes out of play into the Misfits bench.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of well, it's a playoff atmosphere all around here at the Sports Arena in St. James. So unfortunately, the playoff games that have been very, very hotly contested before this one have gone long. We saw an overtime and a shootout, and then another very close game. So that is why we are so late.
And there's another goal by Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, that sure is. Well, you know what? We knew that this team was going to be an offensive juggernaut because really the goal differential for the entire season, this undefeated Dazed and Confused team, their goal differential was 44-10. So they are a goal-scoring team, and they don't give up a lot. So there's an uphill battle here for the Misfits.
All right, but as we did, and thank you very much to Anthony Novello for doing a pre-game interview. The game plan was just that hopefully keeping the game close. There's a knocking on the doorstep play as fought off by LePage. And the Misfits avoid another goal there with 11:11 remaining in the first period. Already it's 2-0, but Anthony Novello was to say what the game plan was, as the Misfits being a scrappy team, and it is the playoffs. See what happens, hopefully you're not down by too much.
It's the only thing you can hope for.
And there's a turnover.
The Misfits do also have the advantage in this game in that Dazed and Confused is missing 4 players. So they are playing shorthanded tonight.
All right, so the puck being handled by LePage of the Misfits. Going around the boards. Dazed and Confused comes away with it, takes a shot on goal, it's saved. Nice pad save by the Misfits goalie. Puck comes back behind his net. He misses the poke. And number 68 corrals it, Madaloni, for the Misfits. Hands into the glove of Dazed and Confused goalie. And we are going to have a face-off.
We have a stoppage, and that is probably the best case scenario for the Misfits at this point. They've been really back on their heels so far in this game, and they can probably use that stoppage to recompose themselves, if only for a moment.
And also want to thank Jeff Riccardi for doing a pregame interview as well for the Dazed and Confused team. And a shout out to his wife out there for all the support. We appreciate it. Thank you.
And you will, sorry James, you will see those interviews during our intermissions.
So turnover, Novello has it, and stripped away by the DNC defense. Coming around the boards, there we go. Misfits still control in the DNC zone. Puck goes into the far corner. Novello has it. Blocked away by the defense. Slapper from the far point. And the goalie stops it. Worst nightmare, Gary. The goalie on DNC does not have a number. So I don't know what his name is, so I apologize in advance for that.
I don't know his name or his number. He's a man of mystery, but he is also a man of competence because he has swallowed up everything that has come his way thus far in this game.
All right, so the Misfits applying the pressure now. They remain on sides in the DNC zone. 68 takes a shot, it goes up and out of play. Badaloni with the shot there. 8:42 remaining in the first period. Dazed and Confused on top 2-0.
Misfits do have a much larger bench right now than Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused only has 3 men on their bench, so they might not be feeling it now, but come the third period, their legs might start to get tired.
Absolutely, Gary, and as Anthony Novello was saying too, that could be a part of their game too in the third period with fresh legs. Battling for it in front of the Misfits goal. To the far boards it goes, into the corner. 94 controlling for Dazed and Confused. That was Barron. Puck now goes back deep into their own zone. Novello handles it. Gets it to his defensive partner. Petrakis. Puck now comes in front of the near boards again. Misfits takes a shot and it gets turned into the air by the DNC defense.
Yeah, unfortunately you cannot play the puck off the ceiling. If you could, that would still be in play, but as it stands now, we are going to be facing off once again in the hopes of maybe a little bit of a slower pace to this game, because honestly, both teams could probably use it at this point.
Excellent point, Gary. They Dazed and Confused did come out with both barrels blazing, but now the puck into the near board stays in play. The Misfits are in control so far with 7 minutes remaining in the first period. They are down by 2 goals, but doesn't seem insurmountable at this point. A quick shot from the far point. Goes a little bit wide. Now it goes into the corner for the Misfits. Puck goes into the slot. Misfits keep it in. Nice job. The slot was clogged up by the DNC defense, and the puck goes on the other side of the deck. 6:25 remains in the first period. Dazed and Confused on top by a score of 2-0. Controlling in the zone is number 91. Unfortunately, I do not have him on the roster. Down goes the DNC player, but nothing called. Oh, puck sneaks in, and right on top of it is LePage, very alert to keep that from sneaking in.
Yeah, diving to the side of the net to just try and cover it up. Good heads-up play, maybe a little bit of desperation there given that they are down 2-0, but really the point is to keep the puck out of the net, and that's all that you want to do there.
Face-off controlled by DNC, and a quick shot in Gretzky's office. And he poke checks it out of there, does LePage. Nice play. Puck goes out to the near point. To the far point it goes now. Shot deflected out of play. 5:15 remaining in the first period.
A couple of really good stops there by the Misfits goalie. The first one was off the face-off, and a shot right off the face-off can be very dangerous because sometimes you're not quite ready for it for when that puck drops. The second one was a heads-up poke check from the puck coming out from behind the net. And really, if you can get your stick in there to break up whatever set play that the other team might have going, then disruption is a great way to keep the puck out of your own net.
Well said by a man who knows what he's talking about. Gary playing 3 games this afternoon before doing the play-by-play tonight. In goal, by the way.
That's not at all true. I only played 2 games.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Going to his defensive partner. Misfits control. Cleared out of the zone by Dazed and Confused. 4 minutes, 5 seconds remain in the first period. DNC up by a score of 2-0. And then back out behind the net, tries to wrap around. The defensive was there. Another shot. Deflected out. So they weathered that storm. A long slapper from the far high point. I don't hear. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Just making sure that I could hear the audio.
James, I can tell you with some certainty that you can definitively be heard.
Okay, cool. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Face-off goes to the near boards. Battle for it. Coming away with it on the Misfits. Takes a shot. Nice blocker save. And does it fall in?
I don't think that was in. I think he fell on it before it went in, but it was very close.
All right. Great play by the Misfits there. Number 21, Del Judice. Sorry for butchering your name, sir, but nice shot. Good blocker save, and it almost went in.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about almost, James.
That's right. So now the puck goes to the far corner. Misfits control. DNC come away with it with 2:42 remaining in the first period. Quick give and go pass. Comes right back to number 6. Slapper save by the Misfits goalie. He's back on top of it. LePage looked like he made another save as it goes to the far corner. On the doorstep is number 6 for DNC. Puck goes wide. 2:22 remaining in the first period. The puck goes up in the air but stays in play.
Yeah, number 6 is going to kick himself for missing that. It came right to his stick. He had a little bit of space between the goalie and the post, and he could not convert.
All right, that's Walsh of Dazed and Confused. Linesman, nice way to get out of that shot as the puck goes into the other zone. And there's a quick shot blockered away by the Misfits goalie, LePage. Puck goes all the way around the boards, controlled by number 91 of DNC. Finds the open man right by the red line. He stayed on side. Goes for the pass, broken up by the Misfits. A minute 35 remain in the first period. A race for the puck. DNC get back before the Misfits can handle it. Barham now controls behind his own goalie's net. A minute 22 remains in the first period. Looking to waste a little bit of time there is Barham, as they're protecting a 2-0 lead here in the first period. Slapper by Walsh that goes wide. Nice stick save by the Misfits goalie LePage there to break it up. Gary, if you please.
Last minute remaining in the period.
Thank you, sir. Puck squirts all the way into behind the net of Dazed and Confused. Defense now controls. Number 94, that's Barham. Comes in the near corner. Battle for the loose puck. 40 seconds now on the clock in the first period. Good communication by the Dazed and Confused team as they're just basically playing keep away right now, Gary, huh?
It looks that way a little bit. I think it's the end of the period. They just don't want to give up a late goal, which would be demoralizing, especially with such a firm lead. They don't need to press because they are up by 2, so it's not a bad strategy, especially with a short bench.
And exactly, and especially the way the Misfits are not backing down in the least. 5 seconds remaining in the first period. Dazed and Confused on top by a score of 2-0, and that does it for the first period of play. At the end of 1, Dazed and Confused 2, the Misfits nothing.
And that is the end of 1 period, and So the Misfits do find themselves down by 2 goals. They are in a bit of a hole, but actually, James, as you alluded to earlier, we asked Anthony Novello of the Misfits about this very eventuality before the game, and this is what he... I'm sorry about that, folks. I'm not sure if you saw the interview. It looked like the app that we're using to broadcast this game froze. So I'm going to try it one more time, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just go.
I think either way, we're going to have to play a defensive game and try to get some scrappy goals and hope for the best.
So as you can see, Anthony wasn't too bothered about the idea. So the Misfits know that this might be an eventuality for this game. They're prepared to deal with it, and I think they're prepared to come out in this next period and just keep on the attack.
All right, so the second period is underway as the teams switch sides, of course. Again, the Misfits in orange and Dazed and Confused in blue, or dark blue. Misfits control in their own zone. Picked off by Dazed and Confused. Finds the open man in the high slot, takes a shot, goes wide. Tries a backhand in Gretzky's office, no go. Long shot that does not find the mark, but still controlled by Dazed and Confused, a slapper, and LePage has to sit on it. So nice flurry there by Dazed and Confused, and LePage up to the task.
Yeah, good job by Dazed and Confused to come out of the intermission really pressing, not panicking. Well, not they have any cause to panic, but not trying to do too much, but pressing and keeping up the pressure. And good job by LePage there to be ready for the high slapper.
All right, Anthony Novello there with the, and there's a quick shot that is nicely handled by LePage. It looked like he was cuffed on that play, but he did not panic and held on to it.
No, I mean, really at this point, he just has to stay in it. There's nothing else that he can do but just keep his team in this game. That is his job. That is his only job. And
deja vu all over again as Restivo won the faceoff, got it to the open man, and a flutter shot that did not hurt LePage at all. Another faceoff win by Restivo, and LePage has to stop it one more time.
Stop that spheroid one more time. I can never get enough of some goalie saves. I'm sorry, folks. There's something wrong with me.
Gary's not doing too much. He's even singing. There's a long shot that finds a 5-hole by number 94. And that makes the third goal now for Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, apparently my singing is not good luck for the Misfits, and I apologize to the men in orange.
Well, if Dazed and Confused wins, are you going to do the Led Zeppelin version, or?
We'll see how my voice is by the end of the third period, Jim.
All right.
And we'll see how the patience of the audience sits by then.
Okay. People can easily beat us up here. We are right in the middle of things. Dazed and Confused back deep into the Misfits goal, in the Misfits zone. Number 21, Del Judas for the Misfits controls, but Dazed and Confused still have the puck deep in the Misfits zone. Behind the net. It goes, comes back to number 6, Walsh, who brings it back in and then cleared out by Swillian. Quick turnaround shot and another nice save by LePage.
James, let me ask you as a defenseman, the strategy for DAC right now seems
to knock one in, but LePage is up to the task, so I would be, period. Gary, it seems like the second period, is this something that he needs to be wary of?
Well, look, obviously you want to have a lead. You want to have your team pressing and getting scoring chances, because if you're not working, that means that there's no chance of the other team scoring a goal. But you do have to be wary of the fact that you are getting a little cold not seeing any shots, and you do have to try and go that extra mile to stay on your toes when it does come to you.
All right, so the face-off controlled deep in the DNC zone. Bile had it briefly. Stick staying up a little bit too high there by number 19 is Visnius, but nothing called as there were no infractions on the play. Petrakis now controls for the Misfits, takes a long shot that goes wide. Thompson now has it for DNC, and he pops it up deep into the Misfit zone, and it is blockered away by LePage. I believe that is Petrakis behind the net of the Misfits, name sir, but the puck goes into the bench of Dazed and Confused. 9:25 remaining in the second period. Dazed and Confused up by a score of 3-0.